What's going on, YouTube? This is that black dude, and I'm back. And today is story time. Look at me getting tongue-tied on my own intro. It's been too long. Daughters, they ain't killing my page. I love them to death. I enjoy when they vlog on here. I wish the boys do something, but shoot, I told them boys, I like, y'all don't never draw me nothing, y'all don't make me nothing. They looked at me like I'm crazy, like, okay, and but it's story time. And this is a little story about something that happened to me. I'm gonna probably have to spin around right here. This road is short. God dang it, and traffic is coming. Alright, cool. I ain't gotta spin it around. Something that happened to me at work a long time ago. We're talking about early 2000s. I was working for Initial Security, and I was working out at a place called Surcell, and I got a phone call. Well, it's still recording, and I don't know who that is. I think that's a recording calling me anyway. So I was working at a place called Surcell, and I was actually tricked to going out there. And this guy who kind of tricked for going out there, he pulled up my address. They needed somebody to cover it. He pulled up my address. He tells me, oh, that's only about 15 minutes from the house. He also lied to me about how much I was getting paid. It's like, oh man, you're gonna make $7.25 an hour when you go out there. That was more than what I was making at the site I was at, which was, can't remember which one before that, but damn sure wasn't out there in Katy. Now anybody that knows Houston or lives here in Houston, and they know where NRG is, know that Katy ain't no 15 minutes away. This bastard just sit there and lied to me. Then I get there and I'm working my shifts. I get my check, find out I'm making like $6.50 an hour. Whoo! Captain Menifee, that was his name, that old piece of crap. If he dead, oh well. Probably better off without him. For you to sit there and lie to these damn young people purposely. So I go in to complain about my check, and to complain to the big bosses that I'm not getting paid what I was told, and that the place was way farther away than what I was told. I explained to them how it takes me over an hour to get to work every day. He told me it'd take only 15 minutes. Well, there was nothing I could do because I had already signed up for it. But I had overheard a security guard talking about a place called the Ramsey Museum. And he was quitting. He was literally quitting. He didn't even put his 2 weeks notice in. They didn't want to let him out of not working there. And so the guy went ahead and quit. So apparently they got somebody. I worked a few months and forgot all about it. Eventually I got a call to go and work that location. And me being a young badass, I had my nunchucks, I had my laptop, I had balls of steel. Still got the balls. I just don't get in the shit with people unnecessarily. I wasn't scared of nothing. I thought I was the baddest man on the planet. I'm figuring, well, maybe the Ramsey Museum is just in a bad location, a bad neighborhood. I don't need no gun, because it was a non-commissioned post. I got my chucks with me. Y'all ain't had no rules against that, so they let me carry my nunchucks. So the day before I was supposed to go work, my mother and I scoped out the location because I didn't know how to get around back then. And you didn't have all this fancy Google Maps, this, that, and the other. You just, uh-oh, which way do I go? You just basically, you went to Yahoo Maps and you printed the stuff off, and hopefully you were good to go. So that's what I did. That's what we did. We found the place. We found out the hours. And the first thing my mom said when we pulled up, said, "This looks like somebody's house. You sure this the right place?" So we eventually pull around the building and we see a security guard who kind of stops us a little bit. Now this was day shift, so everything was cool. Everything was cool during the day shift, but all the night shift guards kept leaving. So day shift guard, he fills me in on the location. Tells me about the alarms. Tells me how high the security is in the place. Said if there was a rat to get inside of that place, the alarms would go off. It's locked tight. Nobody's there but you. Okay? So fast forward, the very next day. The very next day, well, night, I pull up in the white Mitsubishi Starion Turbo. Got my nunchucks, got my laptop. It's 11 p.m. and this old African guy was by the gate. He was parked literally by the gate of the entrance. And he came up to me. "Are you my relief? Are you my relief, brother?" Okay, but man, that dude was trembling, shaking, had to pee, would not go inside to pee. And he took off so fast that he forgot to leave me the key. Forgot to close the gate, forgot to leave me the Deggy one. All right, so a Deggy one, let's pretend I'm walking. I'm walking and there's a wall. And there's a little dime, a little piece that's like a dime on the wall. Well, what that little piece does, you have to take a wand and touch the end piece to it. Just to show that you're walking and everything. God damn, it's loud. I'm gonna be hot for y'all for a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna be hot. Ain't no AC up in here. But I'm gonna be hot so y'all can hear this video and I ain't got to yell and y'all ain't got to look at my face like this. Man, that guy took off with all the equipment. I couldn't do the job. I couldn't close the gate. So I called my captain, Captain Menifee, you old bastard, you piece of shit. I called him up. I tell him the guy took off. About an hour and a half later, the guy returns because he wasn't answering his phone. He returns. He gives me the key. Gives me the Deggy one. Took off again. He took off again. He forgot to give me the gate remote. Before I can call the captain, he turned around, he bring the gate remote back. So, nevertheless, this guy was scared. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. I don't see nothing out here. Nothing to be scared of. This is a nice neighborhood. This is a big old fancy house. It's just a big mansion. That's all the Ramsey Museum is. I get the keys, I close the gate, and I go lock myself into the washing room. That's where the security desk was, that's where the paperwork was, the restrooms, everything. I had already been told, shoot, all you gotta do is set the alarm and sit back there and chill. Ain't nobody else in the building but you. That's a key point. Nobody else is here but you. So, I'm sitting, I'm on my laptop. I just played Sonic 3 and Knuckles the Collection on PC. And now I'm going through the disk files and I'm finding all kinds of, God damn it, that's my exit. I'm finding all kinds of pictures, official pictures by Sega, artwork and stuff that I had never seen. Even found like the Japanese Sonic CD soundtrack, which I thought was incredible. About 2 a.m. rolls around, and that's when shit started happening. Now, I done made a few rounds. I done scoped out a few places I'd like to sit at night. Maybe eat my snacks and stuff. And I'm talking about sitting down eating my stuff outside. I find a few places, and I'm good. I'm good to go. Shit. I come back. I started my second round about 2 o'clock. Next thing you know, I heard something laughing. Sounded kind of like the Joker laugh. And it kept going over and over. And I searched the entire property outside. Everything that I could get to, because there was a big ditch that I could not cross back there that was still on the property. But I searched everything I possibly could for that noise, and I absolutely could not find anything. So I go back in, and I call Captain Menifee. Hey, Captain, I'm hearing some noises outside. It sounds like somebody's laughing, but I can't find them. Oh man, you ain't hear nothing, brother. You ain't hear nothing. You must be going crazy. You must not be used to working overnight. See, y'all youngsters. And he's going on and on and on, talking shit. I'm like, Captain, I know I heard something, but I looked, I couldn't find anything. All right, 10-4, click, hung up in my face. So, I guess about another hour rolls by. And I'm there at the desk. Behind the desk was a window. And I hear two people talking. Like literally, I hear two people talking. I couldn't make out what they were saying, but it was a man and a woman. Missed my shit again. See, this little section over here just kind of confusing, but I know where I'm going now. Plus, whenever I try to use camera, GPS shut off, but I ain't got to be there till 1 o'clock and start work again. I already got some stuff to snack on. They'll have food there. I'll be able to eat or whatever. So anyway, like I said, I hear about 5 seconds worth of conversation happening directly behind me. I jump up, burn out, open the door, look outside to see if I see somebody out there, because I'm about to whoop some ass. And there's nothing there. So I'm like, screw this. I take off and I run around the property as fast as I can, looking for perpetrators. Nobody there. I come back. I sit down. I call the captain again. Captain, I heard what sounded like a man and a woman holding a conversation behind me. There's nobody else. Man, we got another guard inside the building, man. That's probably what you heard. You heard the other guard. From what I understand, I was told nobody else is gonna be on the property except me. Nah, we got somebody else inside. Click. Motherfucker hung up in my face again. And he telling me somebody inside, but I'm the one who set the alarms. I know ain't nobody else there. Ain't no car there. I know I done heard some shit. And he wants to deny it. So now, let me go ahead and check out the quarters where I'm at, which I thought was already secure. I ain't hear nobody, ain't see nobody earlier when I made my little rounds in there. So, I go into the restroom area, plus I had to pee anyway. And we looking at about 4 o'clock in the morning now. I go in there, I check every single stall. I was mad too, because some of the stalls was closed. So if somebody was hiding in there and I opened the stall, they could have jumped out on me. I checked every stall in there, and I checked the washing machine area to be sure with nobody in there. And there was like another little empty room. I checked it to be sure nobody was in there. Again, I'm the only person here on property. I go ahead and I lock the door. And I hear something whispering. I can't make out what he's saying. I hear the whispering. I hear whispering coming out of the area that I just searched and locked up. Now Captain ain't answering his phone. So I write it all in my report. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, when the janitor crew came in, They was like, oh man, you can go ahead and you can go now. I was like, well, I'm supposed to work till 6. Said, man, don't worry, everybody leaves at 5 when we get here. You good. I drove home, told my mother about it. What I was hearing, the reputation about the place, how the captain was hanging up on me. I can't believe he was hanging up on me like that and laughing in my face. So she made the suggestion that I go ahead and go down to the office. I go down to the office and I meet my old boss, Michael C. Bolton. He was my old captain. He'd come in, like when he'd come and check the site, he'd come talk, you know, the God stuff with you. Hey, read a little Bible passage, pray, and he'll go on. He was awesome guy. Awesome. At least at work. I don't know about his personal life at home or whatever, but at work he was awesome. So he's there and Captain Menifee's there. And the head boss was there. Because I'm going to the head boss, which I did. So the head boss happened to be, I didn't get a hold of the head boss at that moment because the secretary decided to say the head boss was not there. So this bitch lied. I don't know why, but she did. Maybe the guy was in the meeting. Captain Menifee comes out. What you doing here? Captain Menifee, I came to talk to you about that site. I'm not going back to that site. From what I understood, I went the day before, and I started telling them. I went the day before, and I scoped out the site, and I talked to the other guard, and they told me I was the only person at the building. Michael Bolton confirmed, yeah, you are the only one at the building. I know he got a famous name. We used to tease him about that. Man, you jiving. You up here jiving, you coming in here with this mismatch, all this here. You calling me in the middle of the night talking about you hearing things. Yeah, I did hear things. I kept hearing conversation, and whispering, laughing, all over the property. And I couldn't find it. Man, you ain't hear nothing. You didn't get up out of here with all that. You didn't hear lying and stuff. And so the big boss happened to overhear us. After the secretary, that bitch lied to me talking about he wasn't there. And the Ramsey Museum had already had a bad reputation anyway. Temperature too high. Wait for